You look great.
No, you look great.
You look great.
Come on, look at that hair, Ryan.
That's funny.
When we get to our age and we can have hair like that, we're okay.
Dude, yeah, I don't mind going gray. I don't give a shit. Like, I'll go white. I don't care. But if I go bald, my nose is too big to go bald. So I appreciate your compliment.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Ryan from the band Story of the Year, it is good to see you. It has been a long time. But Story of the Year hasn't not been around. You guys have been around for a long time. The reason I say it that way is because I brought up Story of the Year to a friend of mine yesterday. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to talk to Ryan from Story of the Year. And I knew she was a big fan back in the day. And she's like, oh, yeah, are they doing music again?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have been, actually. I think there's a couple records out in the last little bit. Anyway, so we're here to remind you, yes, Story of the Year is still a band.
Yeah, dude. And I've gotten that frequently, but I mean, mostly because we did take like a 7-year hiatus.
Right.
You know, we did pretty much go away for a really, really, really long time. And our last record, Josh, when was Terry Pieces 22 or 23? 23. So yeah, 23. So yeah, I mean, that was our first record in a really long time, you know.
I cheated.
So yeah, we're
discography right before we
talked. Oh, I should look at that too. Yeah.
Then again, it's the Wikipedia discography, so who knows if it was accurate.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know, who knows.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, you guys did disappear for 7 years, but you know, but it has been a minute since you were back. The thing is you know, you think about kind of classic alternative, and you can't not talk about two particular Story of the Year songs. You just can't. It's in the lexicon of what it is, man. Early 2000s music, you have to think about Anthem of the Dying Day. You have to think about Until the Day I Die. You do. So I think if you were a fan of those two songs right back in the day, it's understood that maybe you don't know, but we don't care anymore. That was mine. Like, I loved that song. That, you know what I mean? Now I'm going to play that on the Cutting Edge Countdown because we played the hell out of that on my radio station. I loved that song.
Oh, nice. That's cool. That's like, obviously we hear about the first two songs you mentioned, but that's a little bit more of like a deeper cut. So that's cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah, it is, but it was a rock and roll single.
Yeah. That was a weird time for us because that was our first single off our second record. And that was like, we kind of talk about those times as like, kind of like the death rattle of that old music industry, you know? So it's like, that was right when, you know, the days of like a record label putting, you know, $1 million into marketing your band. And like, you know, that was when all that stuff started to go away and like social media became like the prevalent force for all things entertainment. And yeah, I love that song, but it's like, it's such a weird time for our band, that transition, you know?
So because it wasn't that long after that the hiatus kind of happened, wasn't it?
Yeah, dude. I mean, we were touring on that first, I didn't mean to say that. Sorry. On our first record, we toured like 300 plus days a year, you know?
Yeah.
And then into that second record, we just kept going. I mean, it was years of just nonstop touring. And then, yeah, man. And then after our third record, it's just, yeah, we just kind of like we were burnt out, just to be honest with you, just kind of burnt out. There's a lot of changes in the music industry, a lot of changes in our genre, a lot of personal changes. Like we started having kids and all that stuff. It's just kind of all these things came together and we were like, dude, we gotta go away for a while. We gotta take a break, you know?
Well, and you did, and you did, but you came back. What was the decision to go, you know what, guys, it's been a minute. We've had our babies. We've had our time away. Let's continue let's strap them on again and go.
Well, dude, I'll be just real with you, man. Like life happens, you know, like it got rough. Like we started, like I was doing photography. A couple of guys in my bands like had day jobs and stuff, and just to, you know, keep the mortgage paid and all that. Oh, yeah. And I mean, there's nothing wrong. I mean, dude, an honest day's work is an honest day's work. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But it kind of got to a point after a couple of years where I was like, I can't not make music. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like breathing or eating. It's like, it's just what I do, you know? So I remember calling my singer. I was like, I think there's people that still care, and we should just test the waters and see if people still care. So we made this record called Wolves, completely independently, no record label, nothing. And dude, we put it out and people cared. And that was enough. That record was kind of the test. It's like, are we just going to be done forever, or are we going to keep being a band? And yeah, we just decided to get back on the horse and just start to climb back up the mountain, you know? But stuff got real, man, you know?
How old were you guys when you started Story of the Year? I mean, you guys were in school, right?
I've been playing with these guys. I mean, our singer, Dan, he was 14 when we started, and I was 15 and a half when we started playing music together. This is really, other than like a brief stint in a side project, this is the only band I've ever been in. And it's been since high school, you know?
Yeah.
Isn't that wild? Like, I mean, we had different band names, like we had different names, but this core group of guys, like the main core group, that's the only people I've ever like really been in a band with, you know?
That in of itself, Ryan, is such a lucky thing, right? I mean, really, a very minute amount of people really get to experience that. Whether you become super successful or not, you know?
Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm stupid lucky. I mean, we're not playing stadiums. No one's driving a Ferrari or anything, but
I'm driving a gold-plated Ferrari.
No. But I make music with legitimately my best friends. Like 11 feet from me, my drummer Josh is sitting there, and for real, my best friend in the world, you know. And we travel the world and we make art, and we have these crazy ups and downs together, and it's like being married to three other guys, you know. And yeah, I'm super lucky, and we've all grown. I mean, dude, it's been a quarter of a century since I've been playing music with these guys, and it's interesting, like how we've all changed in our own individual ways, and we've all kind of went on our own individual paths, but we're still all super tight. And it's very rare. Like, to your point, it's like a very rare thing because, you know, we've toured with so many bands, but I feel like there's something a little bit different with us in that we're like friends first and a band second, you know?
I want to dig into history for just one more second, and then we'll talk about which is the new Story of the Year album, which is all the rage not to be punny. You get that joke in a minute, but the style of Story of the Year, because this, like, the new song that's out is heavy, right? That's a heavy song, and you guys had heavy songs back in the day, and I just totally lost you. You're gone.
A few moments later.
My bad.
Did you tap it?
I did, dude. I hurt my ear. My long story short, those little in-ear monitors that we wear to hear ourselves on stage. Another guy hit my ear, and it like blew out my ear, and it's like all this blood everywhere and everything. So I have to be really careful with my right ear. And I touched my AirPod, and my beat, and it hung up on you. Sorry, I won't do that again.
Wait a minute. Wait, I was going to splice things together, but now I'm curious about this. How the hell does that? When did that happen?
A couple nights ago. So yeah, there's like these for people listening or watching. They're really fancy headphones.
I can explain because I use them too.
Okay, gotcha.
And I play in a bar band, and we even use them because they've got actually very inexpensive now. But they're literally just earbuds that you strap, and they go in your ear, and they hold there, and you have all the instrumentation going there. It takes the place of the big monitor speakers that would be in front of the stage. There you go.
Yeah, and then we have custom molded ones that are molded to my ear.
Even better.
And so it's really hard. And Jason from Census Fail was running across stage, and I went to tackle him, and my ear like hit his big giant rib cage, and it went and it like stabbed my ear and cut the inside of my ear all up. So that's the story. But dude, it was crazy because it like hit my eardrum, or like the pressure. Something happened to my eardrum, and like, dude, my vision like blacked out for like a couple seconds. It was really scary.
Oh my God.
It was so bizarre. Like, I just saw white for a second, you know, like, I don't know, my body just like freaked out. But yeah, it's all good. I just have to be.
And this is why us men die sooner than women.
Dude, facts. Yeah. Facts. Because we try to wrestle each other in our 40s. Yeah. But yeah, so I didn't mean to hang up.
I tried to go on a half pipe this summer. That wasn't smart. Anyway, yeah.
Do you skateboard? Do you skate?
I did. I used to, and I wanted to get back into it because my teenage son was getting into it.
Oh, that's great.
And I'm like, I want to skateboard with my son. You know, we went a couple times, and that was the end of that.
Dude, one of my first tattoos, I don't know if you can see that, Mike McGill. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was my first skateboard, Mike McGill. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dude, I grew up skateboarding. That's how our band started. We were skateboard friends before. Yeah, before we even played music, we used to skate together, all of us.
That checks out, given the time frame, right? Because when did you guys actually start? It was mid
90s.
Yeah, late 90s or mid 90s?
like the very, very beginning, like mid 90s. But when we started playing out at clubs, it's like more like later 90s, you know?
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I thought, because I really thought you and I were the same age, and I think we are.
How old are you?
45.
Oh yeah. Wait, I'm 40. I'm 46. Thanks, Josh.
There you go.
I thought I was 45. I'm 46.
That's just it, man. Same time frame, right? Somebody brings the CD player boombox, and you go to the skate park. And it wasn't a skate park then, because there wasn't skate parks. You just went to the park, and whatever you could skate on is what you did. And that's what you did, man. And sometimes bands would form out of that.
Yeah. No, dude, it's real. Like to this day, if I see any kids like skateboarding, like in a parking lot or just like I'm just like, yes, dude. Sometimes I'll do a U-turn and go back and like jump and like, dude, check this out. Cause I can still do tricks. I can still do like tray flips and stuff.
Can't. Good for you.
You know, they're like, who's this old dude? And I'll be like, check this out, little kid. Bam, you know? But I still get really happy when I see kids skateboarding, you know? They're not like off a phone, just like moving, you know?
Because you got to go in there and start doing some of the original Tony Hawk tricks. And I don't mean the cool ones doing like stuff. I mean like the old school 80s, got your skateboard at Sears kind of tricks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like
headstands.
Yeah. Like the power slides where your hands on the ground. Absolutely. Or like a boneless, you know, all that stuff. Yeah. I love that stuff. Before I hung up on you, you were.
Yes. So the question was this: musically, because there is a heavy element to Story of the Year, but there's also this sort of emo pop punk element to Story of the Year. What was the marrying of those two styles? Because I'll argue that Story of the Year, you guys might have been one of the first pretty successful bands at that.
Yeah. I wish I had this deep, philosophical, introspective, artistic answer for you, but I don't. Like, honestly, I kind of just pick up a guitar and what comes out, you know? If I try to, the minute I try to like force, like, hey, I'm going to write a heavy song, like it just 10 times out of 10, it fails. Like I just pick up an instrument and start playing. And then that's just what happens. You know, I don't have a better answer for you. It just, all the songs that have worked for us are ones that where there's no thought. You just kind of let it flow. Like if it's flowing, that's good. Once my brain gets involved, it's over, you know?
I get that though. That's the sort of natural creativity, you know?
Yeah.
How that part of the brain works.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of a high energy, spastic kind of guy. So half the time I'm writing, that's kind of reflected in what comes out of my body and my nervous system and my brain. So it's typically more like higher energy, heavier kind of stuff, you know, at least half the time, you know?
Yeah, no, I got that. Speaking of which, Gasoline is the new Story of the Year single. And this song comes off an album called Arson, which is an acronym, which will be out in February, I believe, right?
Yeah. Mid-February.
Talk to me about this song, because this is a heavy song, man. I mean, it's a punch you in the face kind of tune.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I think that was the last song. I know it was the last music that I wrote for the album. And it might have been one of the last ones. Either way, the producer, Colin, after everything was done, he was like, man, I think that's like your first single. And I'm just like, what? Like, that seems like just way too heavy, you know, like no one's going to play that or whatever. And he's like, dude, the world's different. People just, you know, he's like, dude, it's cool. It's like, quit thinking about radio singles. Just think about like, you know, it's just a really cool, interesting track, you know? And he's like, once you stop thinking about it, that's when things will work, you know? And I don't know. I was really surprised. I was a little apprehensive about that being the first single, but I'm really glad it was, you know?
Yeah. Well, again, it's kind of like, okay, here we are.
Well,
you know,
it's like
fires you up a bit, and that's all right.
Yeah, but like, there's still part of my brain. We've been doing this so long. There's still part of my brain that's like, hey, he's screaming, and there's cussing, and there's heavy guitars. Like that can't be on the radio. You know, I sometimes still have that stuck in my brain. You know. But I know the rules are just so different now, you know, now I'm happy that was the first song that we put out, you know, because dude, it went to like,
I mean, extreme metal bands are having #1 singles. That's a good thing for music.
Yeah, dude. And I did some research after that conversation. I was like, dude, we sound like the Lilith Fair compared to some of these bands, some of these heavy bands on the radio. It's like, oh, okay, we're not that heavy, you know?
No. You're fine. But it's cool because there's still that punk rock element to it. And that's, I think that's what gravitated me always to your music, is there's some of that like quick hitter, 3.5 minute, you know, again, kick in the face, kind of guitar riffs that happen that aren't necessarily super intricate sleep.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And a lot of that too, to Dan's credit, a lot of that, like, that comes from Dan, that just kind of punk rock attitude, because that's what he is, man. Like at his core, he's just like, what's crazy. We're all like so different, you know? And Dan is like definitely like the punk rock guy. Like a lot of the stuff I listen to, like he absolutely hates, you know? But he's just like Bouncing Souls, Bad Religion, Propaganda, like all day, you know?
Oh yeah. No, I get that. Arson is the name of the album. Again, that'll be out in February. I'm looking at the artwork and it's an acronym. So it's an acronym for what?
All Rage, Still Only Numb.
All Rage, Still Only Numb.
Yeah,
which is also the parentheses of the song Gasoline.
Yeah. Because I mean, he says it in the verse. You know, He references the acronym in the verse, and it's dude. I'm so in love with that artwork too, just because being the generation I come from, just like that Lamborghini, and just I don't know. There's just something just simple and just really aesthetically clean, and I really like it. I don't know how other people might feel about it, but I think it's dope. I think all of it's pretty rad. Yeah.
There you go. I can't wait to hear the rest of it, man. What does the year look like? I mean, besides the album being released, obviously you just did this tour at Senses Fail. As long as you don't get, you know, your brain drum blown out. What does 2026 look like for Story of the Year?
So yeah, we have a couple more shows of this tour. This tour has been so good. Yeah. We're in Portland today. We have a couple more shows in California, and then that's done. We were supposed to go to Australia and do Parkway Drives Festival, but they just canceled that festival.
They did, which is sad.
Yeah. So we have some random, like we're playing some of the big fests and whatnot, but we're still kind of putting together our next year. We're doing that Emo's Not Dead cruise. We're doing a record release party in our hometown in 2 months from now. We just announced that. But yeah, in terms of like a full tour, we're still kind of figuring that out. Because you know we have a new record coming out, so we have to go get out there and perform it. You know,
hell yeah, you got to get on the road for it.
Yes, sir.
That's how it works. Still,
yeah.
You just have to get more VIP people in order to pay the bills now,
dude. So you know, you know. I mean, dude, it's just now more than ever. It's like, you know, we all have kids and real responsibilities. Like if we don't tour, we don't make money. You know.
We were just talking about it at the locally on the two stations I'm on locally, including the morning show on one. Each station has two big shows happening at the end of the year that we put on. One's a Christmas bash for our more kind of classic rock but modern classic rock station that I do mornings on, and the other one is the flagship for the Cutting Edge Countdown, and that's more of a new rock station. So we have the Extreme Razor Fan Band bash, which is a New Year's Eve show. So within 2 weeks, we have two big shows happening, and we were laughing because it's like, remember how you'd go to these shows and the only way you'd get to meet the band is you'd win meet and greet passes from the radio station, and now we don't even get meet and greet passes to give away because they have to sell them on their website in order to make money.
Yeah,
to get to the next show. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, dude, that's real. And to be honest with you, I struggle with that for a minute because like look, man, I'm just a dude from Missouri, you know, and like the idea of like people paying to like meet me,
I get that,
still feels bizarre, but I've really changed my opinion on that because I've talked to enough people at these, you know, do you talk to people that like tell you it's like, hey, you know, I have your lyrics tattooed on my body because they saved my life. And, you know, literally every single day I meet somebody at one of those VIP things that tells me a similar story that like your music helped me get me through this or that. I lost a loved one who loved your band, blah, blah, blah. Like, and to see like what it means to them and for them to have the opportunity to meet, you know, people that, you know, that really mean the world to them. I wish I could just like meet everybody, you know, but the only way the only way we can meet anyone is to kind of like make it scalable, make it realistic. And that's how you have to do it.
You have to exclusive it a little.
You have to, because it's impossible. Like tonight's sold out. I don't know how many people are here, but it's literally impossible for me to meet everybody, you know, but I'll meet some people, and it's really cool, you know?
Well, and it's the experience of it all. That used to be something that was unreachable. It's like, in order to go backstage with a band, right, it's you had to wait by the doors, or you knew somebody, or something like that. And, you know, and I'm not even talking about the cocaine-fueled parties of the 80s and 90s. I'm talking about, you know, just being able to say hi and can you sign my guitar or something, you know? Now you can, if you are willing to do that. And for somebody who's willing to be like, that's the one show I'm going to go to the entire year because it's my favorite band, and I'm going to spend the money and I'm going to meet them and hang out for a minute and maybe see a sound check or, you know, whatever it is you guys do. I don't know. But it is a pretty cool exclusive thing that is reachable now for anyone who's willing to do it.
Yeah, dude, I think that's a great way to look at it. And also this might be a little inside baseball, but you know, for 99.9% of bands, it's straight up like working class situation, you know, and we have kids, we have wives, we have house payments, all that, health insurance. Dude, the only way 99.9% of the bands that everyone listening to this listens to, touring is the only way you make money, you know, and buying merch, doing the VIP stuff, like goes so far to support the music that you listen to. So, yeah, I know that's a little like inside information, but that's how we sustain. Like, that's how I pay for my kids' sports and their health insurance and keep a roof over their head, is by people buying merch and VIPs. And then, you know, because most of the show guarantee, like, dude, it would blow your mind. I mean, you know this stuff, but like the cost of touring is crazy. Like, it's so expensive,
Out of control.
And your profit margin is so slim, you know? Yeah, I mean, you can have millions and millions of subscribers on Spotify, but like that translates to like 9 cents a year or whatever, you know? So touring is the only way. So we appreciate the VIP people and the merch and all that stuff. Like every band does, you know?
Hey, I made money off of music. I made 11 cents once.
You made 11 cents?
11 cents.
Tight.
That was from back as a German radio station played a song I wrote. That's it.
Nice. What do you play?
I play guitar.
Oh, nice. Cool,
that happened in the same time frame. Story of the Year was getting big. I mean, that was that era.
Yeah.
MySpace and stuff, and then we broke up, and that was that. Now I play in cover bands for fun, and do this.
That's cool.
You find ways to, when you do music, right? You find ways to make it work within the music, and that's however that is, and however you're able to support yourself and your family, and still be able to do something that you love. I mean, I think that's an important thing. And Ryan, you're doing that. So sell the VIPs, have fun, do the music, and it's all good, man.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
You're welcome. Ryan for Story of the Year 2026. Go look for him, and I can't wait to hear that new album, Arson.
Hell yeah.
February.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for your time, dude. I appreciate it.